Hello, everybody. Seems like I don't have enough light today, so I'm gonna have to find us a better light for this. So let me get to it. Seems like the lighting might be better this way. Oh, oh, let's try the kitchen. Ah, much better. All right. Hey, how's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing extremely well. Let me close the door. Uh, I was hoping the living room would be a much more open space and actually would have more of a way of being able to being able to accommodate the light. But it's at night. I'm starting at 10 p.m. at night, and so therefore uh, it's a little bit difficult to find the right kind of lighting. So the kitchen seems the best lighting. So we're in the kitchen. So give me a sec. Let us begin. Had a good chair. Love the chair. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Hold on. We may need to be back a little bit. It's so weird. It's so hard to figure out the right lighting. Mm. Like right here is great, but let's super awesome. Ooh. Hold on. Let me see this. Okay, so cool. So I'm starting this page because there's so much of a disruption in the Tai Chi Chuan world about what is real Tai Chi and what is not Tai Chi. And so I'm going to do from the beginning of the skill level all the way through to the 108. I'm going to give everybody a inside look of what you're really supposed to be doing. I actually got really lucky to be taught by Master Glenn Hairston, who was taught by Master Yunko Chu, who was from mainland China, and who was taught from Master Chang Zhang from mainland China. And I think actually Master Yunko Chu is from Taiwan, I think, and Master Chang Zhang from mainland China. And so Master Yunko Chu came over to Pittsburgh because his children were going to Pitt University, and Glenn met him because he was teaching a class. And so Glenn studied with Master Yunko Chu and became one of his most senior students. And therefore, I ran into Glenn, and I started being his student as well. And so I spent many years really deeply studying with Glenn. Um, we went and did a video called Internal Damage for Tai Chi Chuan, which you guys might know of, you may not. If you get to see it, it's a really cool video. It's very hip hop, street stylish, because Glenn was really trying to change the mindset of how people were dismissing Tai Chi Chuan as a martial art. Because for him, Tai Chi is a martial art and he uses it on a daily basis as a police officer. And so, therefore, for him, it is good that everyone got to see like the different aspect of Tai Chi. For myself, I am more in the medical field of Tai Chi Chuan, and I use it for helping people to overcome chronic illness. So, granted, can I use it martially? Yes, I have a specialist defensive training certificate, first level teaching certificate with Bending Bamboo Tai Chi Chuan Association from Master Glenn Harrison, because he's the one who taught me. So yes, I do know how to use Tai Chi as a true martial art, but it is not my primary focus. My primary focus is immortality. And that's what I'm working on, and that's what I really keep my focus on. And yet, I still need to have proper Tai Chi mechanics in order to do all of that stuff. So, I also wanted to talk about certain things that you may not know about. In the Tai Chi classics, right? In the Tai Chi classics, you would probably benefit from learning about the Tai Chi classics if you've never looked at them. Within the Tai Chi classics is a very small written down part, right? And in there, Young Lu Chen, the Yangstyle founder, which is my bread and butter, my bread and butter, the Yangstyle uh, founder attr- um, attributes Tai Chi to being of Chang Sung Feng, even though he learned it from the Chen village, supposedly, right? Now, there has been later information that those dates do not line up at all whatsoever, and that Young Lu Chen had actually learned um, Tai Chi from somewhere else. But there is many accounts of the Chen family having connections to Wudong. Okay, including a family picture of the founder of Yangstyle Taijiquan being with a Wudong monk standing behind him, who was from Fujian, right? So that's that's neither here nor there, but just to give you history, some history. But even in the classics, Li Shil, Leeschele, has the Tai Chi classics, which he in depthly researched. And there is a passage, the first passage with Tai Chi Chuan classics, and it is attributed to Chan Sang Fang. And underneath that, Young Lu Chen writes about it, and gives it credence. Now, some people may say it was because of the government, he was wrapped up in it, and so therefore that's why he said what he said. But honestly, I don't see why he would bow down to the government, even though he was working with the government and helping the royalty with their things, with their skill levels. I still would like to believe that there's some truth to the research, which was in like 1285 to early 1300s of when they were all alive and when it was researched to be there, that he was being truthful when he was saying, hey, this is attributed to Wudong. This is Wudong. There is even history talking about how he used to, after he learned the Chen Taijiquan, that he went around fighting other people. And actually, the way he got his royal inception was because he actually went to the palace to actually challenge other practitioners. And it changed him. It changed him. He changed his skill level. Changed his skill level so much that he went back to the Chen village and had created his own form. And the Chen leader acknowledged the Yangstyle variation. It was that profound. His skill was that profound that he acknowledged the Yangstyle variation. Right? Now, as we're going along, there were two variations that young Lu Chen used. One was a very soft, a very gentle, controlling aspect of Taijiquan that did not cause harm, that did not cause damage. But yet, it is also known that he could use it and kill someone at the same time. But most people don't hear about him doing that. They hear about Yang Ban Hao being the one with the short jing, right? And Yang Xiaoho, being with long jing, being with the long jing, more like his father, Yang Lu Chen. But they never talk about Yang Lu Chen really harming someone. He used a different method. His personality was different. And I guess you would have to, because if you're in the royal court and you're battling people, harming a prince or harming somebody of importance would be extremely dangerous. His skill level was so high, they called him Young the Invincible. All right? So I'm going to show you the requirements that are needed for legitimate Taijiquan skill, right? And Lord, it would take me forever to go through everything in one video. Video would be like millions of hours long. So I'm going to just try and keep it short, keep it small, and keep it beautiful for you. Okay, so we're already in at 12 minutes, 12:02 minutes. And I've talked a bit about it. So the first thing that most Tai Chi practitioners have a very, 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 very difficult aspect of understanding is Qi. Most people make up all types and all sorts of belief systems when they don't have it, or when they're trying to hide it, right? So it's the air around you and da-da-da-da. And yes, you can say all that stuff. You can say all that stuff, and you would be correct. Yet, there is a distinct passage in the classics that literally talks about Tai Chi Chuan and how Tai Chi Chuan is specifically manifested. It says rooted in the feet, gathered in the legs, controlled by the waist, issue from the spine, manifested in the hands. If it was a normal fighting mechanic, they would not have put that in there. It is a very specific mechanic used that creates Tai Chi Chuan. Today, once again, I'm going to show you, literally show you, how you can gain Qi within less than 5 minutes. For those of you who can acquire it. Some of you, it will take more than that. Some of you, it may take a lifetime to do. Some of you will find it extremely difficult to grasp and may not grasp it at all until you have a teacher in front of you who knows exactly what they're talking about, so that you can see and you can connect with them completely in order to make it happen for yourself. Okay? So I'm going to grab my chair. I'm going to bring it back in because I'm going to show you the easiest way to do it. We're going to rock from there. Change the level of the video so you can see me more, and hopefully it'll keep the light on. Goodness gracious. Boom, boom, boom. Bing, 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 bing. Yay. All right. So all you have to do is sit in a chair, right? And as you're sitting in a chair, hmm, you want to take your dominant hand. So I have been studying Tai Chi since 1990, 1990, summer of 1990. And and I have been practicing just the form, literally just the form, but practicing it in a manner, well, actually, not just the form. I was actually doing standing meditation too. Um, and I was practicing those forms uh, a lot, literally a lot. I would go to the park and I would be in the park for no less than 8 hours on a regular basis weekly. And sometimes I got in 2 to 3 days of doing it, sometimes less. But there was never a week. One, there's never a day where I didn't practice, but also there was never uh, a week where I didn't at least do one day that was a long day of just taking out the time, going to a quiet place, and really practicing by myself. Okay, so and because of that, in 1997, I had a major breakthrough, um, and I figured out um, I had found my chi. Literally, I had started being able to feel chi coming from the palm of my hand, and not only that, I had received instruction on how to teach it. And since 1997, all the way up until present day, this practice has been a major part of my school. And if you look back in time, anytime before 1997, no one's talking about doing this type of thing at all whatsoever. And the reason why that is because no one knew about it. Matter of fact, the closest that anyone's ever come to doing it was usually the military practice where you have your fingers and you hold it up like this and you look in between them, right? There's that military practice that does that. But other than that, no one knew about doing this type of thing, right? That began with me. Totally me, all me, purely me. And I put it on the internet, and after a couple of years, it just went everywhere. It went everybody. Then everybody was, oh, let's talk about chi here, let's talk about chi here, and you can do this and this. And it was really hilarious because, part of me was like, man, I wish I could have patented it because, I think it's not fair that everyone is actually doing this thing that I've been teaching since 1997 that never existed before, and they're getting credit for the thing that I created. But during 1997, when I was just starting off, I was so excited to have found it, to have figured it out within myself, um, that I felt it was my duty as a true practitioner of the art to really just open myself up and let people know that it does exist. Like these invisible yet tangible energetic things really exist. Now, mind you, Qigong has been around forever. Qigong has been around forever. But still, no one was showing before 1997 this type of skill of it doing this type of skill, and doing this type of thing, right? You know, well, I think the only time we saw it, anything even close to that was on stuff like cartoons, like cartoons, like or a video game like a Street Fighter and what was the other one? Um, God, what was the other one? Mm, Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z. And so we saw that, as kids, we saw that, we grew up on it, we saw that, and I think it might have been 1997, but I'm not sure. Please correct me if I'm wrong about those things being before 1997. But I believe that is as close to as anybody had seen it. I was the literal first person in the public to be like, this is it. This is how it's done. This is the method in order to do that. Most of the time, people will say it would take you 10 to 20 to 30 years in order to do it under a master and all these type of things that you had to do. And most of the time it did, because either one or two things. Either the master didn't want to teach you and wanted to pick your sincerity, see about your sincerity of learning the family thing. Even within their family, it was quiet and not spoken of, but also teaching it at a quick manner was not done. And no one had really figured it out to be able to teach it efficiently and quickly. So, so you take the dominant hand, right? And you imagine there's water underneath you, and you're dipping your hand down in the water, and you're bringing it up slowly, and you're imagining the water dripping off your hand, and that you're painting the scene in front of you with this water, back and forth, and you're dipping your hand in the water. Now, my students know all of this, and I don't have many students that really teach the full curriculum, the full curriculum. They just, everybody is interested in what they want to do in their own thing, and I'm probably one of the only people that still does the full curriculum, period. And so as you're dipping and going across back and forth, one out of five sensations shall come, and you have hot, cold, itchy, tingly, or like this electrostatic field will come across the hand, either on the back or in the palm or in the fingertips while you're doing this. When that happens, you'll go and you'll do it the next hand, your secondary hand. And you do the same thing on your secondary hand. And when that happens on your secondary hand, you'll take both hands and you'll dip them down in imaginary water in your mind. You'll bring them up and you'll paint the scene before you opening and closing, right? And you'll still be looking for the feeling of them both having the itchy, the tingly, the hot, the cold, or electromagnetic feel. And both hands don't have to have the same sensation. One hand can have heat, one can have itchy, one can have tingly, one can have electrostatic. They can be different, and one can even be cold, or both can be cold. It does not matter. It depends upon the biological disposition of the person, of the individual. So once when you have that, you bring your hands up, you face your palms to one another, and then you tip it over back and forth like you're making a burger. I like saying making a burger because the Lord knows I love food. I'm a foodie. So I choose burger. You can choose something else that goes over for it that you really enjoy. But when you're doing this, you'll start to feel this crazy field in between the palms. And when you're feeling that crazy field, if you're doing it correctly, you'll notice, if you can see while I'm going slow, you'll see something really weird in between my hands coming off of my hands. But your eyes will adjust and then it will disappear. Why? Because the physical eye, the way we use it consciously, is built to see invisible energies, but we do not work naturally in that field. Because your mind is locked into the reality that it has built. And so therefore, certain aspects of light you ignore, right? But when you're doing this, the brain starts to restructure what it's feeling. And then it starts to create and relax and transform the senses in order so that you can actually feel it more strongly and eventually see it and hear it. Right? Now, this method is the beginning to all more advanced physiological energetic practices. Now, Qigong does it. Reiki has its own skill. Qigong has its own skill. When it is correctly done, when it's correctly done, they have their own aspect of qi. Taijiquan uses a kind of earth qi. All elements come together, like or a void. All elements come together, which makes all elements possible, which is the reason why you get the 5 differences of sensations. Well, itchy, tingly, hot, cold, or kind of like an electrostatic field, which is kind of like an embodiment of all of them combined together, right? So they are the 5 elements of chi proclamation, right? So this part, and this part alone, if you do not have this part, you are not doing Tai Chi Chuan. Not. Period. If your chi is not manifesting in your hands, you can feel it throughout your whole body. But if it does not manifest in the hands, you have just X'd out Tai Chi Chuan. Now, I understand your teachers are going to say what they want to say. Your other practitioners are going to say what they want to say. And that is fine. But for the past 25 to 30 years, my students have dominated every single sensing hands competition and have brought home gold in every weight class. And myself am untouchable in the skill. There are very, very, very rare people who can even move me. My master being one of them. Right? And this is the issue. I'm one of the youngest practitioners in the world who has the true skill of Taijiquan, so it makes it kind of difficult. Not only that, I'm black, so it's really difficult to break through into the mainstream of letting people know the truth about something, even though my school has dominated the circuit. My record is within the ICMAC, the International Chinese Martial Arts Competition, and the Mali Cow International competitions from long ago. In 2000 and 2002, I was the gold and silver winner for sensing hands. And if you want to see how powerful I really am, find the 2002 Connecticut sensing hands competition. If you can find the video, myself and the head at that time the present sensing hands champion of the world, literally, are in competition together. And something very interesting happened, which made me pull myself out of the circuit in order to just teach it instead of actually doing the skill that I have become signatured for within my sensing hand skill. So, this is the beginning. I'll be doing a video tomorrow. Hopefully you guys will join me. Hopefully you will start with this. This is how we start. Tomorrow, I will be talking about another really difficult practice. the official standing meditation for Yangstyle Taijiquan and its reasoning and its massive benefits for those who want to gain quickly Taijiquan skill. All right. I hope you guys liked the video. There's a lot of information in the video. Hopefully, guys, you enjoyed the video. Don't take my word for it. Check it out. Don't allow yourself to think, whatever. No, check it out. Research me. Like literally, go to the ICMAC, research me. Go to other places, research me. I have helped in medicine. I have helped people to overcome chronic illnesses. I am known for my skill, far and wide. My personal site is taoofwellbeing.weebly.com, taoofwellbeing.weebly.com. Go there. Look at the people who are talking about what I have done. Don't take my word for it. And hopefully one day I will see you guys here on the channel, and maybe one day I'll even see you face to face. Because everything, all the information that I'm putting down here is just to mid-range. The other stuff that comes after this is ridiculous. Like ridiculous stuff. Right? So it's up to you as practitioners what you want to do. I'm reaching out to those who are very serious about their practice, who really want to learn, who are specialists in this skill. I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Much love. Love and peace. Oh, and let me know, how do you like the threads? Like, does it work for you? Like, should I wear some other type of threads, Do you like different colors and stuff? I'm probably going to try and wear this all the time. And I might change it up a little bit here and there because I like having fun. I like having fun with it. But I'm going to try and wear this uniformly, So hopefully you guys enjoy what I'm wearing, and hopefully this is clear enough. It's not grainy enough. And if so, just let me know, and I'll redo the video with better stuff, because as you all know, I'm just beginning a really long journey of understanding how to really put things together in a manner so that you guys can really benefit the true understanding and the requirements of Taijiquan skill. Much love and peace. Till next time, peace. Now here I go trying to cut it off. And watch it be difficult for me to do because I do not at all understand what I'm doing.